What's going on, guys? It is your boy Adoptionism here, and I'm bringing you the second video out of the three where we talk about the skills and what I think would be the best setup for that skill tree. And then eventually, after we get all of them done, then we're going to do a video because you can have two different abilities. You just your ultimate or whatever, the top two buttons are the only one that has to be one tree. But your RB and your LB can be a skill from two separate trees. So I mean, so far, I mean, the healing definitely has a. Sorry, I gotta get my phone. Definitely has a large. It's just got way too much potential, and it's really, 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 really good, especially with that recovery station and the cooldown mod onto it. So yeah, so today we are doing the tech wing. So let's go ahead and let's jump right the fuck into this. Okay, guys, so like you can see right here, we for Tech Wing, we kind of, it looks more like gizmos and gadgets, which kind of goes hand in hand when you're talking about tech. Now this one is a sticky bomb, which some of you guys who aren't too familiar with it's pretty similar to either like a Semtex grenade or like a C4 type of thing. So let's read it. So, fires a sticky bomb, or fires a bomb that sticks to most surfaces and explodes when detonated remotely. So you throw it, you wait, click, boom. Now the mods, on the other hand, mind you, also this is Tech Wing upgrade generators. Here, I'm just gonna go through all these first. Turret, that was like the main one, because like when you first start up all of them, you like the game makes you purchase the first one. So that's what these three are. But let's see, like for this one's mods, this one's mods, it's the water purification. To unlock this, it's communications, and then field engineering, and for this, it's division tech. Yeah. But, alright, so anyway, for mods, so we got BFG. I mean, I would literally think that stands for Big Fucking Bang, but, you know, up to your interpretation. So BFG increases the damage and radius of the explosion and may cause targets to bleed. So not only will you get an explosion instant damage, but you'll also get dot or damage over time as well. So that's actually pretty badass. Now it says may cause the target to bleed, but yet on the stats here it doesn't actually say what the chance is on it or anything like that. So we'll hope that it's good. And also, you guys got to take into consideration that the sticky bomb is, you throw it out, then you click, and it's an instant use. Again, it's just like how we were talking about the pulse and stuff like that. Sticky bomb is an instant use with a 66-second timer. That's over a minute. So far, the other one is looking better with technically only about 30 seconds. So that's that. Increased damage, increased radius. Next one. Flashbang, the bomb explodes with a non-lethal effect that blinds and disrupts all targets in range. Now that would probably be good for Dark Zone, but I don't think I'd really suggest it in PvE because when I've used like stun grenades and stuff like that and concussions, it doesn't really seem like it doesn't really stun them for that long. Like maybe 5 seconds, if that. And in PvE, you got some of these dudes that have like armor on top of pretty decent health bars. That stun doesn't do shit. But now you talk about PvP where it's player to player. Oh man, you stun that player, he hides behind cover. If you could get into a spot, dome shot him with the marksman rifle, and then you're good. But it's got a 42-second timer, which is nice. But at least the explosion damage, it does a little bit of health. Like you have 183 versus 2,500. So I mean, it's okay. It's an 8 meteor explosion radius, which is good, and which is funny considering this one has increased radius, which is only 4.5, yet the stun has a radius of 8. It's kind of retarded. But I honestly would only suggest that for Dark Zone if you're trying to be tactical. Honestly, it's just not that good. Then we have Proximity Fuse. The bomb explodes automatically when a hostile target is within range. So it's pretty much like a trip mine or something like that. Like if we call it like COD 4 when you throw down the claymores. Oh man, those are good days. Those are good days. Oh man, those sneaky bastards. 1833 damage. The explosion is 6.25. Now the only thing is I think it's similar to the proximity bombs that you find in here that are the fire bombs that the cleaners use. So I don't really think too highly of that, honestly. It's not that great, and it probably like beeps and shit, so it's noticeable. The master, the bomb produces less light and sound. Yeah, see, so it does make sound, making it harder for hostiles to detect. So I honestly, the only thing I can think of is maybe using flashbang in PvP. Or if you're being chased, you could throw that down like right on a car or something next to you as you're running, and hopefully the dude doesn't notice that and he keeps running by and you just turn around and just click it. That's cool, but not a good choice. Now next we have the turret. The turret has kicked my ass a couple times in some of the missions that the AIs have used, and I think the turret's pretty damn good. It's definitely good for cover fire or for bosses because it's like having an additional gun. So yeah, alright. Turret. Deploys a stationary turret that attacks nearby hostiles until it is destroyed or its battery runs out. So I'm guessing its damage is 20 health per second. Its health itself is over 1,000, so that's pretty decent. Its lifetime is 30 seconds, so you take that out of the cooldown. So it's about like a 26-second timer, which again, that's just as good as pulse, so that's nice, and it's the equivalent of having an extra gun. And then we have active sensor. Increases the turret's damage and pulses attacked targets, making them visible to all allies. Now that's really fucking good if you're going into a place where you have waves and waves of people, and you just, if you and your homeboys got turrets or something, each one of you guys can have like a different type of turret. One throws this one up and it pings it for everybody else, so then they can see, oh hey, this dude's flanking our turrets, let's take him out while our turrets take care of those guys. So again, decent. Next we have Dragon Breath. Alright, so a turret that has reduced range but shoots a column of fire. So it's pretty much a flamethrower turret. Honestly, because I mean, even with yourself, if you play by yourself, most of the time you're not going to be a super aggressive player because you're going to be right up on the enemies and they're going to fucking cap you. You're going to get gang raped. Sure, you might get away with a couple kills, but you're not going to always play like that. So I don't think it's too smart to do something like that. And then for PvP, people see a turret up there, they're not going to be like, hey, yeah, I could just run right up to it. No, they're going to sit way the fuck back where they think they're safe, and they're going to pop some shots at the turret before they move up. So, honestly, it's a cool concept. Flamethrowers are always fun, but I honestly would not recommend it for the Tech Wing build at all. Then we have the Zapper. Okay, the turret shoots... Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I didn't even read the damage. I apologize. Yeah, it's still about roughly the same as the other turret, and it has reduced range. So, range is 12 meters, that's 30, yeah. So, the Zapper turret shoots electrical darts that damage and shock multiple targets. So, I believe when you get shocked, your guy will kind of like you can't move for a second, like you could try and like move him or whatever, but I think either he'll move like super slow, or he'll be kind of like just stuck there, kind of like grunting and moaning. So, I think that would be great in PvP. 11 health per second. Versus 20, that's okay. The range is 20 meters, lifetime 30, of course. Okay, and then, yeah, see, so the flamethrower has the biggest cooldown, but 56 seconds, so it's 26-second cooldown. So that's pretty decent. Again, though, the damage isn't that great, and the range is okay. The only thing I would suggest is that if you had again, I'm talking about group play here. If you had a group that wanted to run straight turrets, one of you guys used the Zapper, and one or two, yeah, you either have one person use the or two people, whatever. You half and half, like half people use the sensor, half people use the Zapper. Don't use the Dragon Breath. Honestly, don't do it. And then we have the Master, which the turret explodes when manually disabled, damaging all nearby targets. So what you could do is, after you throw it out, you can hold LB, or you can RB. Oh yeah, hold RB or LB depending on what you have it assigned as, and then tap B. So that's pretty awesome. So it would work kind of like a C4. I don't like, though, the damage. It's not really showing on here what the explosion damage would be. But honestly, I would think that if it was anywhere close to it, like sticky bomb damage, fuck yeah, dude, that's a better cooldown than sticky bomb, and it also will shoot. So if, again, purely speculation, if it has the blast radius of sticky bombs, then I'd say fucking go for it. Like, use that over sticky bombs, because not only we have the gun, but if you know that the timer's coming down, or you can see its health bar is getting low, you're out of range, you just pop that shit, and then you're good to go. So that's turret. Now, Seeker Mine. This is where, it's just looking at the symbol, I started thinking of RAPS, the RAPS from Black Ops 3. Now, it's a Seeker Mine, so it releases an automated mine that seeks out hostile targets before exploding on proximity. The damage on it is 11, 11, 11. Explosion radius 6 meters. It's pretty decent for a tracking explosive. Detection range is 30 meters. That's still like, most of the time you're in rooms here, like you're in closed buildings and shit. So 30 meters is pretty damn nice. But again, and then of course if you are like PvPing with somebody, if you use that with the pulse, use pulse, figure out where that target is, and if he's close enough to get hit by your pulse, you sit there and you throw your Seeker Mine down, and your Seeker Mine will go right over to him even if he's hiding behind cover. So I think that's pretty sick. Now, the only problem I have, okay, the lifetime is 45 seconds, but, like, 9 times out of 10, it's going to seek out a target, like, well within 45 seconds. So, honestly, I would say 5, maybe 10 seconds, if that. So, I mean, but then that means that it's almost a full minute of a cooldown, so not too sure about that. It just depends on how effective it is, and it does have a health bar, so people can shoot it to prevent it from killing them. But depending on how big or how small it is, that's going to be really fucking difficult with all the shit that's in the way. So I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Now for the airburst mod, upon impact, the mine is launched into the air and releases a cluster of small incendiary explosives. So it's pretty much like a small like cluster bomb, or yeah, like it. For people who've played Borderlands, there was a grenade where you could throw where it would explode and do damage, but when it exploded, it would let I think 10 smaller grenades come out, and then those would explode, and then 10 more grenades would come out. So honestly, I think that's pretty badass. Granted, the explosion damage, obviously, I'm pretty sure that's meaning per thing. I mean, that would have to be a rough guess. I mean, it would make sense. So 333 times the small cluster. I mean, it's probably more damage than what the regular Seeker Mine does. So I think that's pretty cool. Cooldown 66 seconds. The same thing. Yeah. Again, I don't know how I feel about the cooldown. Yeah, but I definitely I think it'd be fun. Now, gas charge. Upon impact, the mines move between multiple targets and release a cloud of gas. Oh, that is so sick. Oh my god, that is awesome. So, it doesn't say, obviously it doesn't, you guys can see it doesn't say anything about damage or anything like that, but with the lifetime though, that grenade right there makes sense for the lifetime, because obviously it's going to go up to somebody, go over to another, like, that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty fun. I would have fun with that. But for PvE purposes, honestly, I'm a huge person on either school or skill. I was gonna say cooldown and skill. No, I'm huge on skill spamming and damage. Like, those are like my two biggest things, is just skill spam and damage. So I'm still leaning on the cooldown stuff from the medical tree. Or technically it'd be this way. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. The next we have the cluster. The mine separates into smaller mines that seek out multiple targets simultaneously. See, again, it's pretty much just like the airburst, but the airburst goes up to one target, shoots it up, and then explodes right there in the target's face like that. This one has multiple seeker mines. So I think that's pretty badass too. Again, if you're in PvP Dark Zone and you're going up against a couple rival people like on the a little bit down the street from you, ping them, throw those bitches, and then bam, you're good. And they'll be tagged for a minute or whatever, and you can just sit there and pop. So that's really fun, especially if they know that you're throwing those down. They're not going to run up on you, because you could literally be right up on cover and they'll be trying to rush you, and you just throw fucking the Seeker Mine down, and then they're gonna be like, oh shit, backtrack. So I think that'd be fun in PvP. Now Master is Seeking Betty. Oh my god. The mine can bounce onto and over low covers and can move directly towards its target. That is way too cool. Okay, so I'm guessing what it means by that is that the Seeker Mine usually is just ground based, and that's it. If you're like on the other side of a wall, there's no way around it, then it'll probably go up to the wall and explode, and that's it. But with that one, it'll fucking go over shit and like chase you down. So that would really be fun in PvP, because it's like, bro, you got nowhere to hide. So I mean that's definitely really cool. 66-second cooldown, but still the 1100 damage. That's still pretty nice, honestly. But again, also depends on how big or how small they are. And yeah, let's go ahead and get onto the super here. We have Tactical Link, increase damage and crit chance to the user and all nearby allies. Now this is where I was talking to some of my friends, or I think I mentioned actually to you guys, that you use that with Pulse and your crit damage is going to be through the roof. Like if you're sniping, activate those two at the same time. Granted, that's like a 13-minute timer or whatever, duration 12 seconds. Yeah, you just activate that and then ping. No, ping is like 20 seconds. So we go ping and then that. So it goes like, it's like click, and you already have like a ridiculous damage buff. And then if you got a friend that also has, if your whole team is running that, and you are using ping, that would just be ridiculous. Like that's a lot of fucking damage boost. And again, this is all wondering if they all do stack. If not, then obviously it's kind of SOL. But that is my opinion on it. That is what I think. I honestly think that and the Pulse would be great for crit damage if you're going up against a tough boss, or if you want to do cooldown spam or skill spam. I'd definitely still like Support Station, just saying. Not trying to be biased, but that's still definitely like one of my favorites. Yeah, again, guys, I really hope that that these types of videos have been helping you guys out in terms of figuring out what you want to do and how you want to build your character. I definitely know, like, obviously by the time I do get to max level and I have all of that shit, I'm definitely going to do like a full-on build video for different strategies. So definitely stay tuned for that, and please give me your suggestions down in the description below, or what the fuck, in the comments below. And yeah, until next time, guys, it's been your boy Dot. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Twitch, and check my live streams on East Coast, usually around 8 or 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Saturdays, I can literally do whenever and however long I want. And yeah, until next time, guys, I love you. This has been your boy Adopt. Peace the fuck out.